There's like this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why did it sound one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm Blurry Rich Giordano, and we are live at midnight in the Southeast. Wow, I've never said that before. Well, it is officially May 11th, but for SNGs, let's say it's midnight, May 10th, 2022. And it is Tuesday going into Wednesday. That's right. We usually start 3 hours earlier. But I wasn't going to do a show at all. And then I said, because I've been sleeping a lot. It's a weird thing that's happened. But anyway, I think it's over. I think I'm back on track. I think I'm feeling a lot better. So shows will be normal again. Yeah, it's really weird sleeping like from when the sun was coming up to when the sun was pretty much down, but, it was after the sunset and still light outside, thinking you were waking up in 7:45 a.m. Oh, that's a great feeling. I actually liked it. Yeah, to be honest, because it's just so weird to feel something like that. At first, you're mad, and then I sat back and I go, man, that was so cool. What an experience I just had. It was like time travel, That's what sleep is, people. It's time travel for your mind. Don't you think? You go to sleep and you wake up and hours have gone by and you don't even know it. Zen Master me with the super sticker right at the hello of the show. $2. A continuing supporter of Goof On, and because you're the first, Zen Master me with a $2 super sticker right at the beginning of the show. We act good all over. Everybody after him. Me, you, him, Generoso. Grazie. Yes, we are a donated supported show. That's why we go every day, because you guys support the show. We keep going. That's not why I would do it. I would do this show if it was just me and my closet. As a matter of fact, I've had shows with me in my closet. And then it broke out of the closet. I know. So tonight we're going to... Who's Felon-5? Who are the Felon-5? No. It should be a new quintuplet, or whatever. It should be a new boy band, the Felon-5. See, you notice how there's no women on that list? Well, not that we know. So you got, from what I understand, and we'll talk about this real quick because a lot of backpedaling. But now, is Stephen Greenstreet a felon? 5? Or is it Greenwald? John Greenwald Jr. from the Black Vault. And then you have me. But they don't mention me. So let's go with who they say that we know. I'm the others. So they're really naming Greenstreet, Greenwald, I think. Third phase of Moon, of all people. It's amazing to me. And everybody knows It's so silly that they're not even felons. Felons. As a matter of fact, and then you got the others after that, right? The others. Well, we'll look at a few things here and in a minute. A lot of backpedaling. Apparently, Luciar Jimenez and boys, gal, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna talk about it on Thursday, not tomorrow, but Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. That's right. It is only Tuesday. You guys did it. Whoa! Did you see that? What did I do wrong? How did that happen? That was weird. Did the screen change for you? Hey, Ricardo Jimenez with a $2 Happy Taco Tuesday super chat. Thank you very much, Mr. Jimenez. Oh, yeah, you have the same name as Lou. Ha, any relation? Dun-dun-dun. Shh. No, of course not. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is Taco Tuesday. It doesn't look like I'll be having any tacos now because they'll be closed. But maybe I'll have Taco Bell for breakfast. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto, generoso, Mr. Ricardo Jimenez. Thank you very much. I love my tacos. Roll call, everybody. Real quick. Bob Birkins, welcome to the show. Tim Freestone, welcome to the show. Ramses, welcome to the show. Carl Ann, welcome to the show. Oh, we already did you. The Josh and members, the Josh and Otter show. How you kids doing there? I know. Don't call you kids, I know, but I can't help it when there's two of you. You understand? Do you get my drift, do you? Ah, the Pete. Love the Pete. Member, oh, by the way, welcome to the show. Member Rebecca Wiles, welcome to the show. Connor Brady, welcome to the show. Sister Heather, welcome to the show. Nice picture. Great smile. And that's a very photogenic tree right there. And you can definitely tell that is Ichabithus thesaurus tree. And those are only in south part of the United States and here and about. And I'm Mr. MBB3333. Dr. Z Smith, welcome to the show. Member Sky Allen, welcome to the show. Member Mary Young Sliwa, we welcome ya to the show. The beautiful one, Felicia Flores, Marvin Dale Likens Jr. We've got Lucky Daddy, David Gosling, and we've got Mary Jose Sproul. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Claudia Rodriguez, Flubber Lane, not Clubber Lang. Welcome to the show, this little gang. We got Joe K and Gustav Van Vuren coming to the show. Did you bring Brandon Fugel? It's a roll call, everybody. Hey, Third Phase of Moon, how you doing, man? I hope you don't have any of your good friends watching this episode. But welcome to the show. Third Phase of Moon, Lou talking about us? Yeah, now all of a sudden we're wanted men. What's going on here, they say? They're still on their vacation getting... Well, it's not a vacation. They're working. Road trip. They're on the road trip. Not much longer. But, yeah. Can you believe this guy? I can't believe you guys, of all people. Well, I think it goes back to Greer and last year around this time when you guys put it out there just before, I think it was in June or a couple of weeks into June, maybe it was before the 180 days thing came on June 25th, that Greer agreed to speak with everybody on the other side that's associated with the Lou group. Right? That's when everything changed. And it did. It happened all in the same week, I think, or a few days or a few weeks, where Lou was on Spaced Out Radio and said, because he was going to answer a question. It was about Greer. Would you want to debate Greer, and he says, I don't negotiate with terrorists. He's like doing this. That was a good one. That was a good one. Proud of myself. Proud of myself. And that's when we saw Lou and the House of Cards take a turn for the worse. And they started sliding down, and it's like a cat trying to get back up a slippery slope, and it just can't. It keeps losing ground. And we've seen Lou take it to another level that we never went to. It doesn't make any sense. And the reason he did that, because he was hoping we would retaliate and change the narrative to make it look like we started it. I can't be the only one that didn't agree with Lou Elizondo. So it's not just me. There were people I saw on Twitter saying much worse things than I was. Who had bigger followings, on their Twitter accounts. But after a while, you never saw those people. Yeah, for some reason. It was weird. They started dropping off like flies. Yeah, I don't know. Some people can't take the blowback, maybe, I don't know, or they got deleted. I know a couple of accounts got deleted. But for Lou to associate himself then with the Fistler group, who were doxing, striking, reporting, and harassing people and people's families, that shows who you are by who you associate with. And I'd rather associate with the likes of Truth Seekers, Area 503, Third Phase of Moon, and so on, than those guys. They're on the wrong side of history. And it's weird how we see things so differently. It's just an amazing one end of the spectrum to the other. And when Lou started losing it, for lack of a better term, but I think he really did start to lose it then. Because then he was talking about, wasn't he? Didn't he come back and say, hey, look, I'm a family man just like you. I've got a wife. I've got kids. I'm a regular person. Lay off, basically. And I, just saying what he was saying, basically. What do they call that when you say something, but you're saying the same thing, but with different words? I can't remember what that term is. I don't know why. But that's what Lou was saying. Then he came back and he's like, come on, man. And everybody's like, yeah, lay off of Lou. Don't you remember 7 months ago? And Lou was coming out and he's like, I try to do the right thing and these people attack me and they attack my family. Still, I would like to see the evidence from anyone who's attacked his wife and or family. Nobody attacked his wife and or family. See how they changed the narrative? By taking who's Lou and switching things around to make it look like just because you show and question who were the women that were there with Lou that day, names were gone, faces were blotted out. Manny did everything he could do to not make it obvious, right? And not slander or accidentally say the wrong thing or show the wrong thing. You couldn't have given Lou more respect for that kind of documentary. It was about him, and you still respected him. But yet they're turning it as a hit piece, and it's not a hit piece. Why can't we ask these questions? It's all public information, and it's amazing that from the spaced out radio to Who's Lou, Lou Elizondo did some things that are completely unacceptable in my opinion. And I'm not the only one who shares this opinion. Many people seem to feel the same thing and think it. Is there anything wrong with having a bunch of different accounts? No. No. It's not illegal. It just shows what kind of character you have. Now, who would do that? Well, somebody who was in counterintelligence, perhaps, and only lives his life one way. So for Lou, that was a normal thing to do for him. He didn't see what was wrong with it. Is it suspicious? Yes. Is it illegal? No. It just shows that either he was paranoid, and he was, and is, because he thinks we're on Greer's payroll to say things against him. Are you kidding me? That's like, that's high school debating tactics right there, to say something like that. And I think Lou just said that to say it, to create a stir. He doesn't really believe that we're in Greer's pockets, or however you want to word it. I don't think he really does. And if he did, it would show what kind of person was in our military trying to get people to, confuse the enemy and get information from them by tactical language. I don't want that type of guy in the military. He doesn't have the critical thinking skills. It's scary. Now, maybe Lou's gifted at seeing who's a liar and whatnot. Maybe he's gifted at that. Who knows? He's not stupid, but just because you have a couple of degrees, one in chemistry, what was the other one? Science, I don't know. It doesn't make you smart. It makes it that you can remember information, but I don't know how smart Lou really is. And his actions over the last couple of months tell me this guy's either he's getting bad information or he's not listening to his friends help him. And if his friends are helping him make these decisions, you got to find new friends. It's just not good. But I don't think Lou has a very tight circle. And then he's got this other circle of friends where I think he uses people as his puppets. And he knows that these people look up to him. He knows they worship him. I tell you what, if somebody that I looked up to, let's say Art Bell. If Art Bell came up to me one day and said, "Rich, let's create some fake drama. I'll say something about me and I'll get mad, and then we'll just rip each other down. And then we'll have this rift and it'll get people excited." And now I'm telling you something that actually has happened a few times now that I recall it. I've always said no to that. And if Art Bell asked me, even though I look up to Art Bell and admire the guy, I would say, there's no way. What? Are you kidding? If that ever came back? I like the idea. I think it's a great idea to create drama, but you don't have to fake it. There's ways to do it for real. So, yeah, that's been asked before. I won't say who it is, and I really want to, but I could tell you one person who it was from Lighting the Void. I believe that's the name of it. I can't even remember who's the guy who runs that place. He was also with Dave Scott for a while. Oh my God, I can't remember his name. Well, anyway, that guy one day asked me, he goes, "We should have a fake fight." And I'm like, "Nope, never happened." Then he's like, "Oh, good, I was just testing you. I was just seeing if you would say yes. Shows a lot of character." I'm like, shut off. What is this guy's name? I can't remember it. I actually had a falling out with the guy, so I put his name out of my brain, and it worked. Yeah, it's sad. There's no such thing as sock puppets. I mean, there are sock puppets, but Lou didn't have a sock puppet account. Do you hear what you're saying when you say that? Oh my God, I just lost my voice. Sock puppet account. It's a sock account. But anyway, Lou associates himself with people who I wouldn't want to associate with, that's for sure. But we all know Lou was paranoid. We heard the rumors. We heard it from close sources to Lou that he thought we were paid off by Greer. I mean, do you understand how silly that is? That's why I really don't believe that Elizondo believes that. even though he said it. No, I don't know, man. He may be that far detached from reality. He could be living in a paranoid world because he likes it. You know how some people like Misery Loves Company, for instance, you know? So that's why if you don't hear from me and I'm not messaging back, just know I'm miserable at that moment. No, that's not true. It is, but it isn't. I'm never miserable. But I think Lou really is. It's sad. And Lou should have a thick skin, Elizondo. He should have a thick skin. How do you not have a thick skin? Being in the position you were in our world military, right? The best training that money could buy, from the best brains that this country can provide. And this is what they produce? And they also produced Tim McShillen, who, by the way, in a tweet said something really stupid, and I replied to it. Talk about that here in a second. Now, let me pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, all that. Oh, and yeah, this was the email or the message that to Lou Elizondo. Let me pull this up. I tried showing this yesterday, and it was like blurry. I had a bad copy or something. Here it is. Let's see. Yeah, there. Get rid of that. My hands are still shaking. I worked out. Right before the show. Well, an hour before. All right. So here, now this is about, all right, let me preface all this, I guess. You already know. We talked about it yesterday. But for those of you who don't know, they're trying to backpedal. If you watched Unidentified Celebrity Review when Stephen Greenstreet was on the other day, Lou Jimenez, the host of UCR, asked Stephen Greenstreet because Elizondo wanted him, no, just hold on a second, wanted him to ask Greenstreet on air if he hit women and was a felon. And Greenstreet got mad, of course, said, how you asking me that? And why would you ask me that? Da-da-da-da-da. And then Lou said, well, you know, people were wondering, you know, and just want to clear your name and you know, da-da-da. And he's like, did somebody email you? Did Lou Elizondo email you to ask me that question? No, I don't think he said his name at that point. I think he said, did they message you? Somebody message you to ask me that question? Well, it wasn't an email. So somebody messaged you to ask that question. Okay, was it Lou? See, and now I didn't listen to the rest of it. Shit. Well, anyway, there's this tweet that went out or a message that went out that had some apparently a grammatical error with the comma that would or would not have included Stephen Greenstreet as part of the Felon-5. And I'm not sure if this is it, but apparently Greenstreet and this comma shouldn't be there or something, and I think they were trying to backpedal. But Thursday, Lou Jimenez of UCR is going to go over everything and clear this up, thank God. But here it says, hey Lou, I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to join our show today. As always, it was an absolute pleasure to have you. This is to Elizondo. I know your time is valuable, and I'm extremely grateful that you chose to spend your afternoon with us. I couldn't help but notice that something may have been bothering you prior to the start of the show. I'm sure you have been extremely busy and possibly exhausted with everything going on. Please let me know if I had anything to do to add to your stress, as this is the last thing I'd want to do. We have your back and offer any help to you in all efforts in which way we can provide valuable contributions. Don't hesitate, ask, and feel free to use us as a tool in your tool belt. And if it's any consolation, I think those 5 criminals you mentioned are not being listened to on any substantive level. It's just a handful of empty souls screaming to be heard. That's funny. I have usually more live listeners than they do. And they've got more subscribers. That's interesting. If they didn't have a guest on, it's amazing. So here's what Elizondo said back. Thank you, Hermano. Truly. Honestly, I am tired of all the BS with the Felon-5, Green Street, Greer, Greenwald, Third Phase, and all the other bullshit artists. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess now it's just called the Felon-5, and there's probably like 8 of us in there. It's very sad that this important topic has been relegated to fringe by all these hucksters and mentally unstable individuals. Wow. He is actually talking about himself. Do you understand what is going on right here? This is amazing. This is a cry for help. Wow, he doesn't mean this. Now, there's certain things that people say, and he is very unsure about what he's saying. It's an absolute crime to humanity. They have been allowed to pilfer the pockets of people who have sacrificed so much. So who's pilfering the pockets of people who sacrificed so much? Who? I'm asking, who? What does that mean? Hey, David Gosling, thank you for becoming a Goof On member. I'll switch that or figure it out someday. Thank you very much. Member David Gosling. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I think you're like number 47, 46. Yeah, I haven't checked. We haven't had a lot of members. We got the rush when it first came around. But thank you so much, man. That's crazy. Thanks. Yeah, and I'll have to check the thanks, too. I didn't see any activity on that thanks button. I don't know how long that'll last, either. I don't know if because I've seen channels get that thanks button, and then they remove it. Then it says here to continue on. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, he's talking about himself here. I'm sorry. And I know when they talk about mentally unstable, they got to mean me and truth seekers, because we say things a certain way that not everybody would say it, scream it, or even mention it. And, you know, the weird thing is I don't see anything wrong with the way we do things. It's America. It's freedom of speech. We're not inciting hate. We're not inciting any violence. I never ever say anything like that. And Truth Seekers doesn't either. But you know who does? They do. That's why he's talking about himself. Isn't it amazing? I've never said, hey, go to their channel, take them down. Never said that. Because you're not allowed to. And, you know, I try to abide by the law on YouTube. Try to do the right thing. But they don't care, do they? Well, and you know, I could have done a lot. And I just let it go, because what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and I want to keep goosing. But let's finish what Lou said here. It's an absolute crime to humanity. They've been allowed to pilfer the pockets of people who sacrifice so much. So who's taking money out of people's pockets that sacrificed what? Who sacrificed what? Who's pilfering money out of whose pockets? Oh, you mean like you guys? Oh, okay, I see. Getting paid for documentaries and take all those rentals that, on all those views and everything. No, you didn't make any money off of those lies? What about you? Showing on unidentified hoaxed UFO footage, CGI. I mean, you weren't even showing real UFOs and you were calling them UFOs. That's a bold-faced lie. You're worse than everybody. You're worse. Absolutely worse. Knowing that because when you're on a TV show and you're talking about something, you can see Lou looking at that guy's phone. I think it was Cahill, who's a pilot now. Isn't he a pilot? One of these guys who saw the Tic Tac is now seeing shit out in the sky. And he recorded this dot, which apparently was Venus. And he thought it was a UFO. Wow, how could he make such a mistake? Well, because it's been proven, that's why. And what about the parachuters? They were showing those as well on that TV show, Unidentified. And Lou's like, oh, look at these UFOs, amazing. Showing parachuters with the smoke coming out the back. You've seen those videos, the back of their boots, the smoke trails, it's always 3. Yeah. He is the huckster. He is the hoaxer. He is the hater. The 3 H's you can't have in ufology. Hoaxer, hater. What was the other one? What was the first one I said? Well, there's 3. Now let me finish this. Since my daddy and I was... I guess I am a bit jaded these days, Louis says. I take on people in our lifeboat only to catch them drilling holes in the hull and then hiding their hand. Oh my God. He thinks he has a mole inside. That's right. He thought he had a mole. Moly, 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 moly. And then he says, when he was on Kurt Jamungel's show, was it? Maybe? He was on UCR. That's right. When they had the dad on. That was a good show, Father's Day show. Since my dad and I were on your show, they even attacked him for being part of the Bay of Pigs. Well, yeah. Right? Wasn't that a bad thing? Maybe my grandfather was right. They don't deserve our efforts. Okay, done bitching. Need a good mojito, and I will feel better. Man, I had no idea about Green Street and Greenwald. Goofon, Third Phase, Stephen Cambion, and all those guys are nuts. I thought for sure that's who you meant. I hope I didn't insult you with that opening video. It was my effort of offering an olive branch between 2 people whose work I enjoy. I would love to talk to you off the record on what you know, so if I can avoid it in the future, I know what and who to look for. And Blue does his piercing lips right here when he read that, and I know what and who to look for. And then he goes, Not all, not directed at you at all. Thank you for moving the needle forward and your continued vigilance. There's a reason why you're one of my last shows. Smiley face emoji, comma, bracket. Semicolon, bracket, smiley face. You could see Lou do that right before he wrote that, not at all, at the bottom there. Not at all. Not directed at you at all, Jimenez. Thank you for moving the needle forward and into my veins. Yeah! I'm coming for you, Goofon! Holy shit! It's Hulk Lou! I'm Hulk Lou! Hulk Lou, no! He didn't mean it! Hulk Lou smash! Hulk Lou delete ufology! Hulk Lou angry! Hoklu need food. You need food? That's all you need? Food or mojito. Feed Hoklu mojito, please. Calm Hoklu down. Here you go. How about a yoo-hoo? That was pretty good. Yoo-hoo. It does somebody good. Even Hoklu. Hoklu smash. Hoklu no like ufology. Poor Hoklu. Hoklu. It's Hoklu. Hoklu. All one word. Hoklu. That's one of the H's. One of the 3 H's. Well, he does want to start ufology over from 2004 because that's when all the real science started. I mean, what is going on? You know, it's like, what? You don't like the way the last 37 years went? Or what's the math on that? 57 years? Come on, Hoklu. Oh, don't. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, the reason I wanted to talk about it tonight, because, you know, everybody's talking about it. And they're going to talk about it Thursday. So tomorrow we'll talk about something else. I know Cambian's going to wait to find out. Usually that is the best route to go, but I got to do something every night, right? So, yeah, I thought it would have been good because I wasn't going to talk about this tonight at all because I thought maybe I should wait, and I didn't want to wait. I was doing a show. What was I doing it on? I actually changed everything, the whole thing. It's probably still on Facebook, but it wasn't this. Yeah, it wasn't this. Let me see. No, that was yesterday's show. I don't even remember. Here we go. Oh, no. Hold on. Because this is what I'll probably do tomorrow, just to let you in. I don't wanna. My projects, here we go. Oh. It was about Congress. Congress. Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's true. But I don't want to talk about that right now. The Congress. What does it matter? Have all the conversations you want, Jack. Talk is cheap. You know? It's 2022, man. I mean, show me something. And let me tell you something about May 27th in frickin' Utah when they have that symposium. I don't want anybody to get their hopes up. You know what I'm getting my hopes up, though? I am getting my hopes up that these are the worst UFO videos I've ever seen. I am. That's how you do it now. You get your hopes up for the worst. And then anything above that, like if it moves a little wrong or, you know, it takes off at a great speed, you can get excited about that. I used to be thinking, oh, I'm going to see a UFO disappear on camera. I'm going to see it take off at, you know, Mach 30, you know, just a blur like in Star Trek and all that. But that never happens. And when it does, it's CGI. I mean, there's a couple of videos out there that look legit, but because there's so much crap around it, you just can't tell. So as far as I'm concerned, nothing official has ever really happened on camera. Nothing really super significant. I can look at my own videos and say, yeah, those are pretty good, but they're dots. Dots, man. Dots are not, upper echelon of ufology. The only way dots can be in the upper echelon of ufology is if you can prove everything about that sighting, that fleet sighting, that wasn't CGI by having somebody analyze the actual footage, all that stuff. It's the only way. And anybody can do that with mine because it's all on high 8. Yeah. I am not very smart. Yeah. I need to put those videos up because I really want to know what this generation thinks, because now I'm in this 18 years, and when I first showed those in 2005, it was a really interesting reaction. People were out of their minds, like, this is the greatest thing ever. I mean, a fleet in the United States has never been captured before. And now what we know, it only happened a month after the Nimitz incident that I captured these white dots in the sky. So maybe they were just cutting across the desert southwest. Let me tell you, it looked like they were so high up there, like very, very high. I don't even know how I saw it. Well, I know how I saw it. I saw it because there was a glint of the sun that caught my eye. And I looked up in that direction. And when I took out the binoculars and I saw glints just popping up, and you could hear me say they're appearing out of thin air. You got to see the video in its entirety. It's really a trip. It's really a lot of talking going on. I make a phone call during the thing to my friend, tried to get him to see it. My wife at the time was looking with the binoculars, and she was looking in at the camera, and you can hear her go, "Oh my God, oh." Well, it sounds like my ex-mother-in-law. But yeah, so, we need those type of sightings out there, but everybody's going to say, balloons, freaking balloons. There's a story to it. But Lou and everybody else who on May 27th, when they show those videos, everybody's going to give out a big sigh of relief. Yeah. Because they're going to go, oh, I knew it was FLIR. Because that's what it is. That's all they're showing us. And from what I hear, it's supposed to be really good footage. Have you ever heard that before? And somebody sends you a dot that isn't moving? That's literally this. I mean, it is so small. And then when you ask them, you mean that dot all the way out there that I could barely see? Yeah. It just turned off. God, I don't know why I would be able to tell anything from that. And that's what they're showing us. That's what they're giving us. Do you really think that the government... Now, these videos that are coming out, 3 of them are already in the public somewhere, and 2 of them are supposed to be never been seen before. They have 4, and I think they're bringing a 5th, if what I remember correctly. But NY UAP discussion, Andy, is saying these are phenomenal. It's unlike anything we've ever seen before. People are going to be out of their minds, I believe he said. How many times have we heard that? And let's not forget, they're charging us for it. See, that's why I know. That's why I know these aren't legitimate UFOs. I don't want to see military craft that's supposed to be secret. I want to see aliens. I want to see a UFO from a freaking alien. So when you show me FLIR footage, you're just disrespecting me and insulting my intelligence and everybody else. If I was Andy, you better have your T's crossed and your I's dotted that you didn't make any money from this shit. Because I will never, ever, ever stop talking about the shit scam hoax that you're pulling on the entire world and charging them for it. I know what you're saying. Right? I know. They're from the DOD, right? Yeah. Okay. Very good. So, doesn't that tell you that the Department of Defense, they have some videos of an unknown object and they're just going to let us take a look at it? And they're okay with it. You know why? Because it's shitty FLIR footage. Can't tell what it is. It'll probably act like balloons. It's going, what I have a feeling is it's going to wobble. And they're going to say, oh, look at the wobble. Oh, it's probably got one, thing hanging down from the bottom. What do they call that? What did Bob Lazar call that? Instead of having 3, it only had 1. So every time it spun around, the gravity wave, the UFO would wobble. So that's why these things are made. That's why I called it the sports model, because they're made to go fast. They're not made for... Who's that guy? That's not Bob Lazar, is it? Who was that guy? Somebody infiltrate Bob Lazar? So what we're going to see on May 27, 28, 29th, we're going to see inexperience at its best. We're going to see people who do not have thousands of hours watching the sky talk about something in the sky. I should be the one seeing this shit. I'm not joking around. I'm telling you. Me, ask Third Phase, I don't know. They've seen a lot of stuff too, but I'm talking as a researcher, somebody who's spent, I'm not joking around when I say 20,000 hours watching the sky. You see how every misidentification is done. You see everything. And you're like, oh my God. That's why when I see these Tic Tacs, I know what it is. They're 99.99999% of the time, it's an airplane. It's just the angle, the bright paint, the sun at, about to set, whatever. A little bit of clouds always helps. But it's an illusion. But they wouldn't know. They'll tell you, not Third Phase, I'm talking about people out there, that they're recording a Tic Tac. Yeah, you ever noticed with all the Tic Tacs? There's only one Tic Tac that I've ever seen, and Third Phase has the video of it. It was when who is it? They were putting out fires, and it was one of those airplanes, and a cylindrical object just went right over the wing, and you could see it speed up. Oh, it's the best UFO I've ever... I don't know what that thing is. But that's the best Tic Tac I've ever... That's a real one. That's not an airplane. I don't know what it was, man. But that's one of the few videos I've ever seen that I think is a real UFO. Pretty cool looking. Yeah, so we're just going to get bullshit. But this thing with Elizondo, they're gonna put out the fires on Thursday. I wonder how that's gonna go. Yeah, I wonder. Because they're trying. I guess what there was a grammatical error in a tweet or something. Hold on, let me pull something up. Maybe I have it here. I don't know. Let me see something here. Yeah, there's some good stuff I want to talk about tomorrow too. Some videos. Yeah, that's not it. But we'll just leave it at that for now. Until we get more information. This is a very strange... It seems like there's a backpedaling going on now. And that's that. how would you feel? Okay, put yourself in Lou Jimenez's position. He had to hear what I said about it, what other people were saying on Twitter, probably Facebook, at the comment section on his YouTube channel. And a lot of people thought that what he probably did was pretty shitty, more than not. The thing is, we've been desensitized over the last couple of years. Because I remember when that kind of interview was somewhat acceptable. It's never pleasant, but it never had to draw all this attention. You know, because Stephen Greenstreet was asked if he's ever hit a woman. Just say no. No. Plain and simple. Don't ask me that again. That's how you play it. You don't make it into this, why the F would you? It seems like the whole thing, yeah, and I don't think it was, like this whole entire thing was fake. But I don't think it was. Some people think it was. That they faked all of it. But Greenstreet would have to be the best actor I've ever seen then. He'd be better than me. Yeah, he genuinely looked distraught. Yeah. And watching Lou, he would have to get an award too as, not the leading role, but what do they call that? The second person? Supporting actor. Yeah. He would get the supporting actor award because he acted real well too. This whole thing really did happen. It took place live, and we should be thankful it did. And you want to know what's funny about conversations that make people uncomfortable? We get a lot of resolution to questions when they're asked. Why not? What's the harm in asking this question? Yes, it's not comfortable, but it's not that bad. Because if Greenstreet, let's say maybe he did hit a woman. And that's why it got this way. Because he didn't act out, and he never answered the question. He said, I am not going to dignify an answer. I'm not going to dignify that question with an answer. Oh man, you have to answer. If you don't answer, that means you did it. That means you're afraid of what you would say. That means exactly what it means. And that's sad. Because we're just people. Grow some balls is what I'm saying. Linda Moulton Howe was on Kurt Jamungel's show. Remember this a couple months ago? February-ish? Kurt Jamungel, at the end as well, asked Linda Moulton Howdy Doody, fresh and fruity, chocolate and fluffy, did you know that alien thing was a hoax, but you went ahead with the story anyway? Something like that. And she nearly lost her mind because it was from Stephen Cambion. And she remembers, I think, and I think Cambion might have brought it up on one of her podcasts. And I'm not sure how, but I think she knows. She knows about what people know, that thing was a hoax. She knows. And when Jamungel asked her, you could see her memory going. She's flipping through her Rolodex in her mind. Dolan, hoax. That's the one. Then she got mad. Kurt, now I don't understand. Everything was fine. We had a great interview. And then you just had to ask that question. It just boggles my mind, Kurt, why you would do such a thing. Acting all motherly and shit, talking down like, I would have been like, Linda, first of all, you're one of the biggest thrills of everybody's life hearing you talk. Yeah, it would never come out of my mouth. Say, hey, all you have to do is say yes or no. I don't understand why you're getting mad. Why I'm getting mad is because that is a question that has nothing to do with furthering disclosure. Nothing. All right. Remember how quiet it was? Kurt didn't say anything. What seemed like 2 minutes, but I think it was a long time, like really long time. That was fun. And, Kurt apologized the next day. I don't think I want to say I don't think he realized. But why ask that question at the end of the show? I like it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Nothing wrong with asking Linda Moulton, howdy doody, fresh and fruity, chocolate and fluffy, a question about some work that she researched. And the fact that she got that mad shows you how paranoid these people are. That's why Lou is this angry. That's why he's paranoid and has sock accounts. That's why he has to play many different personalities, because he doesn't trust anybody because he's lying. People who lie are paranoid that you're going to find out, and that's the end of their breadwinning days. As a speaker, as having a future in this field, you are a hoaxer and nobody wants anything to do with you anymore. That's why they get mad. People who tell the truth, they don't give a shit what you say. They don't give a shit. I hoaxed that video? Screw you. Prove it. That's the answer. End of story. Prove it. I have the video. Now prove it. And they never will. And they never have. And that's the way this subject is. It's hard to prove stuff. So, people make up shit. And then when you call them out on it, they get angry because they can't prove. They can't prove it. You understand? You see the dynamic? Hold on, let me check something here. Who's sending me messages? Hold on. Say what? Oh, man. Oh, damn. You fell asleep, girl? Shit. Huh? What happened? Stupid. Let's see here. I'm getting messages on Twitter, too. You guys are unbelievable. Oh, okay. I see. Got it. Yep. Got it. Good. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's go back over here and pull up some more information. Here we go. From the Unidentified Celebrity Review. This was yesterday. The first person I went to with this information was Black Vault. I never showed any pictures, just gave him my interpretation of the text. I felt he had the right to know. Since the accusation of him being a felon, it was about him. Black Vault, John Greenwald? I will clear up all of the concerns you have on Thursday. Oh, on Thursday. On UCR. Everybody's going to be watching that show. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. Hey, I watched the show. Forgive me. Not all the time, but I like it. It's not that bad. I just don't like the Lou Elizondo. That's all. It's funny, we never even talk about rather be squirting. Squidding. And UFO Jane, they interjected very little. So they didn't ask the question. But it's nice to see that that question was asked to Green Street. And let me tell you, I know that's not a popular opinion, but hey, if people are talking about it, what's the problem with asking about it? That's it. Nope. This has gotten blown way out of proportion. And you could thank well, did I touch that? I don't know how that happened. That is odd. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, squidding and UFO Jane, it's good that they stayed out of it. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This is all Elizondo's fault because he manipulated Jimenez, and he's going to say, nobody manipulates me. I'm Jimenez. I do what I want to do. No. I believe that you wanted to get Green Street on the fence. And how could this be a mistake? Isn't that what they're saying, that this is all a big mistake now? I've been talking about this thing how long, and I haven't said anything new. So, enough. We're moving on. I've got, what the hell is Sunday night show, calling all, no, that's not it. Hold on. I had something here. Oh, this is from Will Allen. Somebody sent this to me. It is a Tic Tac. It's a sighting. It's a UFO Tic Tac 4 flyby hyperstar 470 nm IR polygram tracker analysis. I was pulling up something here, and oh, that's what I was pulling up. Oh, Lantonio, what's this? Member Lantonio, $5. Hey, Rich and fam, took a turn for the worse health-wise. Don't have much time left, maybe a month or two. Now they say, just saying, I'll always be watching. Wow. Okay, well, then you gotta let me know. So we'll have to figure out a way for you to make contact during the show, if that's the case. Is it not okay to talk about this right now? No, it's okay. He brought it up. Yeah, you're okay with that, Shane. We've talked. Yeah, we're going to come out with a signal. We're going to do what Houdini could not do, and that was make contact after he passed. Yeah, for people who don't know, Lantonio, has his cancer, the C word, and about a year, last January, I think you told me you had about a year left, I think, 8 months to a year, and I'm sorry to hear because it sounded like you were doing pretty good, man. Well, we'll have to talk and come up with a sign. I think we could do something here, like in the lights, And if I say, okay, when, I'm going to say if you pass. If you do, then I would have to somehow make contact with you, and we'll come up with the sign. And I'll say, hey, if you're here, I could have you ring a bell. Maybe I could have a bell, like, something like that. Yes, I am trying, keep the composure here because it's sad. And I'm trying to be positive. And life is, we all have the sentence, unfortunately. And I have to be honest with you, I'm mad. I'm mad. Yeah. Trying to find a way just to not think and get all emotional about it, because it's not, it, you know, you've heard it, life's not fair, and it makes me angry. You know, we all will experience it someday. It just shouldn't be, you know, when you're young. This is the video I was going to play. The Tic Tac Flyby Hyperstar 470 NMIR polycarbon tracker analysis video. You serious right now? Seriously? 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 I saw other objects moving. Watch when it pans back. Come on. The wide view. I thought I saw something. It's a cool video, but you know what that looks like to me? A Tic Tac. I don't see any flashing, you know, like an airplane. I don't see that. Let's see if we can see it here. It's over here. Oh, I know this part of the sky. Oh, you know what that... Oh, the frame rate on that is... it looks like 15... That's not at 30 frames a second. That's 15. That looks like 10, actually. Doesn't it? That looks like 10 frames a second. The way it's bobbing. Now, the way it's bouncing... Get that video out of here. It's a satellite. Yep. That's it. I'm not saying that's not a UFO, but the frame rate's wrong. It's bouncing all over the place. I don't, you know, this one was from, oh, well, I know, look at this. This is the description. I don't see anywhere it says where it's at. I don't know. Something similar. These are all other videos, but here it doesn't say. He says the monochromatic layer added to the analysis is visual proof these objects are energy-based organisms. That's not, oh my God. They're the macro to the microbials. However, substantially more advanced and into, oh my goodness gracious. Wow. You have got to be out of your mind. You can't just make up stuff. That's that's not true. That is unbelievable. Wow. That's Dr. Wilbur Allen. I know Will Allen for years. He's always had these types of videos. Always. Always. So frustrating. All right. Yeah, all you need is love, right? All you need is love. Look at you, young man shooting. Look at you way you're pooping. Standing on into the dive. It is always my hands are tied. You can roll and Dear Australia, you've done been told on national news some of the facts about UFOs. Thank you for paying attention. Reality is larger and more encompassing than we once thought. Below, I have listed 10 facts about the UFO presence on planet Earth. Oh, really? Yeah? Oh, there's 10 right here.
After decades of secrecy, why are we getting to see these official government documents now?
Oh, it's here.
And what could be next?
Contrary to what the New York Times reported and numerous other outlets reported, the real name of the secret government UFO program was OSAP. They produced over 200 reports. We're seeing 1% of them in these intelligence reference documents. You've been told UFOs are real. They are swarming our Navy warships. They are tampering with our nuclear weapons. So at a minimum, this is a national security issue, but they pose a much larger issue to humanity. It's a fascinating moment in the history of humankind that now we know UFOs are real. It's not a matter of belief. It is either true or it is not true, and we now know it's true.
I gotta play this one part back. Was he trying to be funny? Listen.
They produced over 200 reports. We're seeing 1% of them in these intelligence.
Gigi Abby Lynn is blocked from this channel, Emma M. Texas. Yeah, we don't want her anger issues to take control of her anymore in the chat.
Reference documents. You've been told UFOs are real. They are swarming our Navy warships. They are tampering with our nuclear weapons. So at a minimum, this is a national security issue, but they pose a much larger issue to humanity. It's a fascinating moment in the history of humankind that government UFO program.
Where is it?
And numerous other outlets reported the real name of the secret government UFO program was OSAP. They produced over 200 reports. We're seeing 1% of them in these intelligence reference documents. You've been told.
That's where he's trying to be funny. That's him joking around. That's Jeremy Corbell's joke. You've been told. Does anybody else see that as a weird thing to say right there?
Documents. You've been told UFOs are real.
Isn't that him like almost mocking people in the past who said they believed and saw UFOs? You been told. Why would he say that? That is very odd. Is that the correct way to... Is that grammatically correct? Does anybody know? I know what I'm hearing, but it sounds really bad. It sounds weird. Like he's trying to be funny or something, right?
You've been told UFOs are real. Documents. You've been told UFOs are real. They are swarming our Navy warships. They are tampering with our nuclear weapons. Swarming our Navy warships are real. They are been told. You've been told UFOs are real. They are. You've done been. You've done. You've done been. You've done been. You've done been told. You've done been told UFOs are real.
I couldn't stop myself. Usually you can't do that on YouTube videos. Oh, it's not a YouTube video. That's why it's from Twitter. It's from Twitter. I know, annoying. Got to make myself laugh a little. Nothing wrong with laughing. You can't laugh in ufology, Rich. Don't you get it? If you have a good time, nobody can take you seriously. Now go put a tie on and shut it. I thought about it. Wearing a tie. I wish I could do what Lou did. Grow that thing right there, but I can't. I don't know how he did it. That must have taken years, 10 years. He started growing that right out of the womb. It is from the womb. When he came out, his head went the wrong way and it ripped off his mother's, right? And it stuck there. He came out that way. He didn't come out. He went up when he came out. He crawled out. And he went, head first, up to the belly, right up to the nip. He came out. He crawled out. That's what happened. He wasn't taken out by a doctor. No. And you've seen a few of these guys with that. Those are the babies that crawled out before the doctor came. And then they came out and then they turn around and they're going up, up their mother's, front area. You get what I'm saying? The baby just didn't come out. When it came out, his hand went like this and the other one went like this. And then the body turned. Because that's the kind of guy Lou is. He's a creature. He's from the Blue Lagoon. Get it, Blue? Lou? Too easy. Hey, we got some UFOs zooming by a jet's tail. Let's take a look at this one. That's not it.
Let me get this straight. I'm not trying to make fun of you, Paul. Where's your wife at?
She is right here.
Your wife is right there.
She's right here.
Philadelphia passenger Paul has requested a pre-board pass for his wife.
That's not a UFO zooming by mountains of sugar hidden in the ocean, and we just found it. Did you hear about this? Hidden below the waves, the oceans contain vast reserves of sugar that we never were aware of, according to new research. Come on. It's a real story. It's from Nature. Scientists have discovered that seagrass meadows on the ocean floor can store huge amounts of the sweet stuff underneath their waving fronds. And there are major implications for carbon storage and climate change. The sugar comes in the form of sucrose, the main ingredient of sugar used in the kitchen, and it's released from the seagrasses into the soil underneath, an area directly affected by the roots known as the rhizosphere. It means seabed sugar concentrations are some 80 times higher than they would be normally. Worldwide, seagrasses could be sitting on up to 1.3 million tons of sucrose, the research team says. To put it another way, that's enough for about 32 billion cans of Coca-Cola, so we're talking about a substantial find of hidden sugar. Yeah, you know what they're going to do? They're going to go in there and take the sugar out of the ocean, and now you're going to deplete the ocean of what it needs. Don't you think that all this means something? Like, if it's in the water and you just found out that sugar's in these seagrasses, shouldn't you just leave it? Don't you think it has something to do with the ecosystem? Screw it. That's like finding money. Need I say more? It's like finding money, they say. That's the problem with the world. Yellow brick road to Atlantis found beneath the ocean. Wow. 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 Scientists just found the road to Atlantis at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean? Marine scientists aboard the exploration vessel EV Nautilus have discovered an ancient dried-out lake bed that looks like a yellow brick road. The appearance of the ground led researchers to describe it as the road to Atlantis. The exploration took place during the research team's study. They're saying this is just clay. Take a look at this. I can't blow it up. Does that look like clay? Come on. I guess it could be. Yeah, it looks like there's layers of it. I don't know. Interesting. Interesting. What's this? By the way, I'm going to have Manny of Area 503 on the show after the UCR show. We may do it directly after the show. I don't know if he'd want to, like Thursday night, but I'll talk to him. I think he wants to come on after they do their show, and I agree. That's a good plan. And maybe Cambion would want to come on. I don't know. He's going to do something too, though. So I don't know if he's going to do it the same day, because UCR comes on before we do. And when they end, we come on. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Let me check real quick. Let me check. Here we go. Let's see. I don't think they put up their show yet.
Thank you
No,
very much. Always a privilege.
they didn't put up the show yet. Upcoming streams. Let's see. The review of Skinwalker Ranch episode 2. Oh yeah, I gotta watch that. I haven't watched it. Like I care. We addressed the fallout with Lou Elizondo the 12th. So that's Thursday at 6 p.m. Okay, so they go on from 6 to 8. Cambion will probably go on from 8 to 9. And then I'll go on from 9 to 10:30. Maybe. Let's see how it goes. Well, I'll be here no matter what. I'll be here no matter what at 9. So whatever happens, happens. You guys can figure it out. But I've got that 9 o'clock slot. And nobody else go there. I don't care. I like the competition. Bring it on. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea if Manny came on either after they did their show or Friday. We'll see how it goes. But I have to talk about it Thursday. So, so I'm talking about it Thursday. I don't know. It's gonna be a good week though. But we'll be back tomorrow night. We're hanging up. We're ending the show now. I want to thank everybody who came here a little late. Coral Ann, you didn't have to, but I'm glad you did. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, super chatters and moderators. Awesome work again. And those who are new to the show here, thank you for giving the show a chance. If you're not sure, maybe, listen to some of the other ones. But this is the show, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And what else do I have to say? Oh, yeah, you know what we are. You know what we do. What are we? What do we do? Right. Truthology for you.